Good evening, ladies and gents, this is Tenez Human, and welcome back to our Britannia Rebels campaign on Medieval 2 Total War, and you join us up in Scotland, where of course we are under siege once again. I think today our plan has to be to come down to Dumfries and deal with these lads with the claymores, because honestly I'm getting fed up of these lads squatting over here, so I want to kind of get around them. Perhaps move over to Newcastle, that might be an interesting one. Maybe we need to send our 13 men over a little bit closer. Can't see anything yet, but I wouldn't mind having a little poke. I didn't actually mean to leave completely, but apparently I have. So those lads have a little bit of an eye on Newcastle, which is actually the Baron Alliance and not the English. So they could be interesting. I wouldn't mind starting to mop up around Dumfries, perhaps with some spare troops from Edinburgh. That should be okay, as long as we can get a bit of money to reinforce, and so long as we hold on to Stirling and Glasgow. Of course, there is the unpronounceable town over here, where Captain James is going to head into momentarily. Some Huskarls, which the game, I suspect Wacken will win by themselves, but I'm pretty certain we can manage it. Over here, over in Athens, we have ourselves this weird reinforcement army. I sent these troops to go and help escort them back over to Athens, so we'll just deal with the small English group who decided to give us a poke. So we'll just give them... Oh, they want to do it, do they? Okay, well, if they actually want to have a fight... Well, Thomas, they don't have a choice, do they? Yes, they don't have a choice. Okay, well, we might as well mop up those lads as well. That'd be nice. We can go and take this English fort, which has been sitting there for a little while. As for Pembroke... Well, we are a turn later, by the way, you might well have noticed, but I wouldn't mind in Pembroke over here going to send some of our troops. Yes, we're going to leave some here, but some of them back towards Cardiff, because I'd quite like to have a little poke at the likes of Gloucester if the opportunity comes up. So if I can keep some troops in Shaftesbury and in Cardiff, the opportunity might be there. Now, down in Cornwall, I did send the 22 peasants of the town over to hold the fort. Quite literally holding the fort for a turn until they're slaughtered. Although we'll just see how long we can hold them up in this part of the world. It is going to take them another turn to get down to Cornwall, so we'll worry about that one when it's a problem. Elsewhere, we're getting our troops over towards the Ouse over here, and I reckon it might be a good time to start sending more of our troops up from London. Yes, I think, Thomas, we might well have a good opportunity here. So, send all of those lads up to the bridge. Put ourselves a full stack there. They might well fancy their chances against us. And I'd quite like them to take us on the old bridge. King Edward there in the fort. Very nice indeed. Now, we could besiege him, which could be hilarious because the AI doesn't generally sally out of forts. So we could just kill him in 3 turns, but we'll see if he takes the bait first, and if he doesn't take the bait, then we'll head in. Okay, there's a couple of battles we need to do. We need to go and take Unpronounceable over here, and we need to take out these guys. These guys probably are not even worth showing, to be honest. We'll just mop those guys up. So let's head in to our town over here and wipe these guys out. Indeed, we have seen this battle before. We shoot them down, they come to charge at us, and to be honest, they might not actually break immediately, so I should probably send in the infantry to come and deal with this potential problem. But Mr. Archers, run out of the way, and the Huskars might have to do a little bit of work chopping down my Highlanders. Just get them to guard for the time being, but we'll keep on shooting them. They've lost a few men, they've lost a good 30 or so. Might try a bit of fire into the rear. Everyone else actually, we should probably be getting the gateway open for our horses. So let's go and do that, shall we? I think yes. You guys maybe go and grab the plaza, make that nice and quick. We want to lose as few of these guys as possible. A few flaming arrows over the top might just push them over the edge. We'll probably set a few of our own lads on fire, but I suspect we can make this one work for us yet. Surprisingly, we're actually managing to win this battle with the Highlanders here. We're on guard mode just to kind of hold position for as long as possible, and the arrows over the top are pretty much doing the job. These units are much tougher than ours, but we seem to have the victory in our hands here. We're not quite pushing them over the edge. Probably will if the numbers get low enough down to 39 now. But with 1 minute remaining, I see no way that they can do this, especially as to get to the plaza. Yes, they will indeed have this spear wall, and there's some filthy, filthy fraggle to stand in their way as well. Oh no, we've broken! We've broken, that's sad. Okay, slight change of plan, lads. You've got 40 seconds to hold on. Keep shooting them down. They've also broken. Okay, well, that might be for the better, actually. It might be for the better because they do not have enough time to get back to this plaza, do they? I do not think so. So we're just going to make sure we intercept these lads here. Go on to guard mode, my good sirs. Spread out to loose formation. And no, they can't get here. Victory is ours. And with that, we get our original castle back. Lovely stuff. If you remember, we did manage to upgrade this to a castle just before it got stolen by those fiendish Norse lads. But there we are. We've managed to claim it back. Inverlochy is also under our control currently. We got a tiny, tiny bit of money to play with now, which could be interesting. I don't think Edinburgh is a very good option at this point. So, okay, 3 units and a few more units there. Yeah, it's a bit sneaky actually. There's more units there than it at first seems, because once you've got the angle on it, you can see they do have a few troops. Fine, Edinburgh, we might have to just be careful about our timing. Maybe next turn is the time. Once we've dealt with these guys, we'll know how many reinforcements we perhaps have at our disposal. I really wish we could use this army from the Isle of Ely, but alas, not in Skye. Well, they're also given up on both of those. Our scouts here seem a bit busy dealing with random Irish lads, but on the whole, it's been fairly good, fairly gone to plan so far. It does seem like our scouts are unfortunately going to get themselves picked off by the random Irish forces. There's actually another one down south. I thought we might have got away there, but turns out they've outflanked our flankers. And hopefully this lad will just return to the city. Hopefully he's not going to stand outside. That would be a little bit unfortunate. Into the city goes. Fine. The Irish are done, which is good news, because they could have besieged Athens while we didn't have the army inside. So we'll have to decide what we're doing with that very soon. But before that, it's time for Glasgow, and interesting, not too much here. We have a bit of a bit of a ragtag force, but we do have a unit of archers, a couple of units of archers here, unlike over in Ireland. So that at least puts us in a pretty good position. We should be fine to deal with this, but we will see. Let's head in. As you may well imagine, I've completely given up on burning down any of their siege equipment, but we will shoot them down with our archers as they arrive. Highland nobles indeed do need to get shot, because they're going to do an awful lot of damage to us if we are not careful about it. Their ram obviously is making it there, and we have plenty of lads up on the walls. Most importantly, we actually have ourselves some lovely, lovely pike lads up here at the front. Oh, it's just beautiful. Look at this pikey joy as they run into the city. A little bit wonky, but it will do. It will do. They have a much better chance, I suspect, of getting up through the higher ends on the walls here. So we'll see how they do. Highland nobles are going to come up on both sides, which is probably a good shout by them. Put the Highland nobles up here, see if they can break through our militia. But as they come and attack us, they will just get themselves shot in the back, which is always going to end badly for them, I feel. Let's just shoot some of these mailed, actually maybe not the mailed knights, Highland pikemen. Maybe let's take those lads down. A few Highlanders at the back. Okay, as it goes further back, it gets weaker and weaker by the looks of it. So if you break the front lads, we should be in a very good place indeed. Right, pikes ahoy. Oh, I love it. I've not got the pike fix on, by the way. We're playing vanilla pikes here, but I'm sure we'll be absolutely fine. Archers, I would much rather you shoot into the back of the pack rather than into here. Lovely stuff. Horses coming in, oil being dropped. We are losing some lads because they are basic peasant pike lads, but I see we got the swords out. We got the swords out. Backspace and stab. Backspace and stab. Yeah, we've got a little bit pushed out of position there. Are you actually wavering? Interesting. Right, let's just send those peasants in just to hold the fort. And otherwise, just these Scottish nobles going down. Okay, they're going to go down fairly swiftly. Don't need to worry about those chaps. Yeah, let's just start sending some fire into here. That should clear these guys out. We just get the break sooner rather than later, because we haven't quite broken them as fast as I would have hoped. These Highlanders. So the lack of the pike. This is where you need the pike fix, damn it. Yeah, they're doing okay on this side, but this side here has been attacked a bit too brutally. But we're still doing the job. Officially, we don't have the walls, in spite of the fact we clearly have the walls on both sides. But okay, say whatever you want, my good lad. Say whatever you want. More fire arrows into the mix. We've just about got them now. Send in the cav ready to deal with these Meld Knights and just mop up whoever is fleeing away. Oh yes, victory goes immediately to us, and stop the fire arrows, stop it all, stop all of the unnecessary murdering of our own lads. Just get the horses out and mop them up. A glorious victory for us today. 128 men lost, but oh, let's have a look at the prisoners taken. 118, 169. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. A few town militia got their wounds healed. Not sure that's because we shot them in the back, but they did their job. I'm pretty pleased with how that one went. Unfortunately, we are going to have to follow it up immediately with a tougher looking battle at Stirling. No general once again, but they have siege equipment, and they have themselves, by the looks of it, experience, well, only one, but experience across many of their troops. Some heavy pike militia. Very nice indeed. And this army, okay, we've got the castle, but yeah, it's not the greatest army in the world. Let's see what we can do, but the siege equipment is slightly concerning. Interestingly, they've sent their siege equipment forward straight away, which does give me the opportunity to give them a poke, and if nothing else, potentially slow them down. Now, I don't really know what's going on at this point, other than I've poked those lads. Okay, we're going to play a little bit of cat and mouse, are we? That could be interesting, although the ballista might just start shooting me. I might just charge into this catapult if I get the opportunity here. Come on, they're back turned. Charge! They're all at the wrong side. Oh, they didn't do it. They didn't do it. Get out of there. Get out of there, my good sirs. They are shaken. They probably should be at this point. That thing just rammed them. I don't know what it just did, but let's go back to the ballista. Mop them up while we have the opportunity. I don't think they like the fire, but we're going to try and deal with some of this siege equipment while we have the opportunity, but I don't really like my general getting himself murdered nice and early. Ah, the fire is coming in, but it's probably worth it. It'd be much more worth it if they're in range of my archers, but let's just withdraw for the moment and have another go at this poke. They are a long way from the walls here, so I'm letting them get a lot closer on this occasion, which should give them their support from the rest of the army. So let's get around this catapult. Oh yeah, that's a much better position. And we are now fighting them one-on-one. Let's pull out of there and see if we can just get a better charge. It's quite hard to charge these kind of units, though. That's the main problem we have. Oh, look, this is a good opportunity now. Okay, get on top of them. Mop up the artillery. If we can get rid of this catapult, I'll be very, very happy indeed. In comes the fire. In comes the fire. Likely to take out as many of them as me if they're not careful about it. Charge into that ballista. Pull ourselves back out of there. Back into these lads. For some reason, they aren't using their cavalry to mop up me, and that suits me very nicely indeed. Let's just pull ourselves back away again. Are they just going to charge in the army now? They might have given up on their siege equipment for the time being. I don't know, but do seem to be moving the whole army at this point, which is interesting, because if that's what they're going to do, I'll just retreat into the castle. And if they want to stand their lads in range while they use the catapults, that's fine by me, so long as I can shoot them down. Our archers are now officially in range. It's time to get into this city and just start shooting them, as they are not ready or organised at all. Their siege equipment is miles away. Their catapult is back there. Unfortunately, not damaged enough to stop anything, but damage has been done, and that's very important for us, of course. Right, let's go and get these lads up on this wall over here. I haven't actually sent them all up yet, because I wanted to make sure I knew where I wanted things to be organised. They actually have a ladder coming over here. That's fine. Can we close the gate, anyone? We want to close the gate. Why is it open? Why is it open? That's kind of slightly concerning. Okay, you lads, please get yourself in position. Okay, we're gonna have a go at the double pike, the V pike again. That's fine, but yeah, it would be good if we could close the gate. Anyone want to close this thing? Would really help with the old siege defence, if I'm honest, my good sirs. We've got ourselves a few of these other lads here to help. You guys just back up these lads over here. You chaps get up on the walls. That will be marvellous. Actually, we want to get ourselves up here. As you can see, the ladders coming around this way. But we want to probably flank them. So actually, my good sirs, get yourself over here instead. We're going to get onto this section of the wall. As for the tower, they are now approaching with the tower. We've closed the gates. Well done. The portcullis has actually been shut. That's what we want to see. Now, this has worked out very well. Worked out just as I wanted it, because we've now got them in range of our towers, and their siege equipment is making a long approach. The long approach that they picked at the start was a bit strange, but it made some sense. It made some sense if, and only if, they were actually going to, you know, use the siege equipment. I've kind of teased them into a bit of a heavier assault here, which should hopefully work in my favour. We shall see. I suppose we shall see. Plenty of arrows coming in, which hopefully is going to be doing the work. I'm a little bit concerned about the amount of lads I've got over in this part of the world for this section here. Town militia. Oh, okay, town militia. That's okay. We can manage that. We can manage that. So we'll just get these guys a little bit closer. There we go. Highland's in there. And we'll just get them to defend. In fact, yeah, we have got one more unit. We've got one more unit. You get yourselves over here. Get these Highlanders up here. And I reckon then we'll be a-okay. Right, we do have ourselves a bit of a melee. Is that by the ladders over here? It is indeed. I think we'll have those guys fleeing almost instantaneously. Seem to be doing a good bit of work. They're shaken but not quite broken yet. Let's get these Highlanders in as well just to finish them off. As for the ram, ram's only just arriving. Oh, that's unfortunate for them, isn't it? Oh, yes, it is. Okay, archers, who do we want to hit? They're bracing, which suggests they would have been shot. Border horse are trash. Highland pikemen. Pikemen could be annoying, to be honest, but let's just hit those Highland pikemen while we got the opportunity to do so, and maybe just hit these heavy pikemen militia from over the top. These peasant archers, likewise, just into those pike militia. I don't really want superior pikes taken on my pikes. That seems like a bad idea. No, go into pike and guard. Thank you very much. That will be marvellous. We've got the V formation this time, which hopefully will work better, but who knows? Who really well knows on this game. We'll see if it works. Pikes are a little bit unpredictable at times. Right, up here, we are ready for them to enter. We've got 2 units, which means they will be essentially surrounded. And they are now coming in down at the gate. So, how are we getting on with all of this nonsense? Town militia, oh, that's a good unit for us at the front. They're barely going to make it at all. Barely going to make it. Come on, lads. Hold the fort, hold the fort, hold the castle. So we've already got some guys in swords, which is not what we want to see. Backspace, attack. Let's see if that'll work. I mean, honestly, let's just start pouring these guys to border horse. They're only border horse after all. There are breaks in there. Get the other spearmen into the border horse. They're just wangling around. Like mad Scottish pasties. That's not a phrase, but it is one now, and I think we'll be okay over here. It's a bit hectic. I mean, the sheer weight is pushing through our pikemen, who are not really in pike. Again, it's this side. This side again. You might notice when you try and deploy, both times I've not had the left side deployed properly because it doesn't work, which is very strange, but yes, that is the situation we're left in. Right, Highlanders, get yourselves down here. All my archers, can you fire arrow into something? Someone in that pile somewhere. Honestly, we seem like we have ripped them to shreds. So let's actually get you guys. Let's get you guys down here and round the back. That could be fun. That could be a lot of fun. Let's try that. That could be amusing if the opportunity works out the way that I plan it to. Let's get my general in here as well, just to make sure that we're starting to push in as we need to, because we are taking a lot of losses on these pikemen. Can't help but notice the Scots are not broken, but there's no one coming up the ladders. We will keep that one unit there just to be sure, but I think in general, yeah, we just got to keep on keeping on with all of this. You lads, get in here as well. Where is my general? Apparently he's fighting someone. Did a unit get ahead? Apparently some border horse got ahead. Yeah, just take those out. There's the break. Oh, there is the break, and the oil scatters all over them. The general has been captured by our lad, and that is beautiful. The one lads who are not fleeing at this point are about to be surrounded. Oh, and that is beautiful. Who is still fighting here? Honestly, I don't know who it is. Anyone? Is there some lad in the background here who's regrouped? Oh, it's the catapult. Of course it is. Of course it is. The fiendish catapult. Right, I'm a bit concerned about them just sort of, you know, reappearing and regrouping. So I'll just use these 2 units out here. But the fact that this unit is here and loops around should mean that they're under enough pressure that they won't recover anytime soon. As long as there's enough men nearby, they won't. So this should be okay. Some of the fools have actually decided to attack the town itself, and they've run into 16 slightly over-heroic pikemen. Lads, just get yourself back in the city. Come on, you don't need to be doing any of that. But all this back here? All this back here for it. Okay, they're just damn heroes. That's clearly what's going on there. Horses are continuing to mop up, mostly dealing with those scraps who have decided to be complete fiendish lads and flee, which is ideal for us, to be honest. So we're mopping them up. Some of them are coming back in, which is ideal. We can clear out as many of them as possible. Of course, as the rebels, we execute every last one of them. Honestly, that one unit of Highlanders going around the back was an absolute masterstroke, because those lads would have all regrouped very quickly and dealt out with my horses if I didn't have these lads just to keep them broken. I think that worked out beautifully, and it does seem like we pretty much got them all going now. There's still 1 or 2 units hilariously trying to get back into the city, which is ideal because we still have a tiny bit of ammo left. So we'll use that to finish them off. But at this point, they are just running into us as they flee, which is quite amusing. The Highlanders even have them running back towards the castle now, which is amusing if nothing else. Quite how we've not won this at this stage, I do not know. Some of them are truly brave fools, but I respect them for being as idiotic as that. But the 12 horsemen, who were, by the way, are the absolute heroes of this. I mean, not only did they run out and brave taking out all of these lads, but right at the start, they did not break. I was quite impressed with that, because particularly at the very beginning, when we were a bit too close, I did think they would break when they were getting shot with the fire arrows, but they did a good job. We pulled them in, we suckered them in, really, with the little tease and attack. And this is about as perfect as this battle could possibly have gone. Even that lad there has now collapsed. There's just a few odd stragglers here or there. We could let them go, but I'm not going to. Oh, that is magnificent. 18, right, 186. It was so magnificent. I forgot how maths works. 186 to, wow, 1400. How many did this particular unit deal with? 249. I mean, those Highlanders did a good job as well. They even inflicted plenty on the actual wall in the first place. The pikemen, I must say, this unit did. They actually both did a very good job. I can't argue with that, even if they did get a fairly significant amount sustained over here. But they did all right. 59, 68. Can't argue. That left unit just always seems to die. But a glorious, glorious victory, which should give us enough spare troops. Potentially start moving south. They immediately siege us again with a presumably smaller army. That's cute. That's cute, my good sirs. Okay. That's the game you want to play. They brought more catapults. In fairness, that's quite clever, because they have we haven't healed up all those border horse. So, you know, we'll be a bit weaker than we were. But, oh, Glasgow. They're coming for us with that army. I'm quite pleased about that. Although, I'm kind of lacking anywhere to besiege. Oh. The Welsh aren't happy about Cardiff, are they? No, they're not. And he's not playing ball with this siege either. Okay, he sees what's going on. Can the English and the Welsh just kill each other, maybe? Okay, and they didn't bite over here either. Right, we need to reevaluate some of our plans. let's just go ballsy, shall we? Straight into the English fort. This, of course, is actually the king himself, King Edward, with his Templar army. Oh dear, let's give that one a go. That could be a lot of fun. Or suicidal, one or the other. Oh, we got ourselves a lovely, lovely little army. I did not see that one pop up, or I missed it at some point. Over to Shaftesbury, my good sir. That will gain you a few extra lads. Send the billmen up to the fort. Send the peasants back to the town. And okay, we need to make a decision here. Pembroke is not quite enough to hold off against these guys, and this isn't enough to hold off against them. But all of this probably would hold off against them in Pembroke. But not that. Okay, the Welsh are a problem. Maybe I shouldn't have poked them. Maybe we should have finished off the English first. Well, we're going to try and do that now. We've got to work out how to utilise this army most effectively. Maybe it's just taking on these guys in the field. I mean, what do they have? They're a big part of Welsh skirmishers, honestly. We can beat them. So maybe we need some scouting on those lads. What do we have? We have some peasants. Okay, peasants, get a little bit closer. I don't see much more in that army. Okay, Welsh skirmishers and Welsh spearmen. They are not the best units in the world. We might just be able to do something here. I'd like to have just a couple more units, honestly, because I have some heavy billmen. I have some English knights, but that general, the general's the problem here. 2 chivalry, so a little bit of extra morale for his troops. Yeah, I don't know quite how I want to play that one right at this moment. Maybe let's go over to Ireland and assess our situation here. Okay, their watchtower. Yeah, they've got so much at Tipperary. I've got no chance of really holding on to Athenry. What I need to do here, I need to grab the army that I've got. What do I leave behind? Honestly, there are a few archers. Just that one little unit of archers is fine. You go back there. And the rest of them... Oh, I do want the cav as well, actually. The rest of them just need to start heading north. Let's just merge what we've got. Those 81 can head back there. And... yeah, we're going to head over in that direction. I might just send one of you. Yeah, you my good sir, just head in there, grab the fort. Rest of you, head up there with Thomas. We're going to head north, or Tom-ass, as it is, or ass. So, okay, we're going to lose this. Is it worth having any of these units here? It's probably not, but you know what? We will keep them busy, damn it. So we'll use the watchtower just to tease and distract them. We'll use this bit of forest here to leap out and be awkward little sausages. I don't know. We'll just send people around. We'll send people around and not worry too much about losing that. I guess if that's the case... oh yeah, we have a chapel to destroy. Oh gosh, darn it. We had a chapel we could have been destroying this whole time. Are we going to build any more troops here? Honestly, probably not. But I'm not going to destroy anything until I feel like we're a bit more under siege. Lifford... I'm sure when I had a little scout at Lifford before, they had some decent quality troops. But who knows? Who knows? This army here is a problem. But if I can get to the bridge or get to the fort, then that's a place we can take those guys on. The Irish are a bit concerning. I'm going to struggle to get a boat around. Well, definitely going to struggle to get a boat around. So just attack these guys, because as long as they're alive, there's no point in me having the boat, is it? Okay, the units... oh, Cardiff. Okay, if I'm going to lose Cardiff, I could send the army round. Okay. Okay. So what am I going to leave behind? What's the worst unit I've got here? Honestly, the archers aren't going to do a huge amount in that battle, I don't imagine. But so if one unit of militia... okay, why can this group move such a short distance? What's the problem? Who's the annoying unit who's causing me all the problems here? Okay, just like these last few lads. Fine, we're going to have to leave those guys in, are we? I don't like that either. I don't like that either. I'll tell you what we'll do. I think what we're going to do, we're going to grab our forces here. Leave one unit of peasants. Just dump them over here. They're pretty safe over here. Essentially. they're safe over there. We'll send those peasants around to join them. And next turn we'll meet up with these guys. They can't put all of them in Gloucester. So we're going to get the army together and not worry about Cardiff in the short term. We'll lose it to the Welsh if we need to. Once again, church, smashy, smashy. I've got slack with my Christianity demolishing, haven't I? Oh, that's nice to see. Blister Maker, can't make use of that. Oh, this is good. Another Blister Maker, I can't use that either. That means Shaftesbury can get ourselves a couple more units. And what do we want? Knights would not be the worst idea. They're expensive, but probably worth it. Now, honestly, the idea of actually having ourselves 3 units of heavy cav gives me such an advantage. I have not had that throughout this campaign, so I'm just going to take that. That was a lot of money for for a couple of units, but I think it's going to be worth it overall. Oh, is there anything at Athens over here? There's a bowyer. There isn't ballista. I did just check that, but worthwhile having a second look-see, I suppose. A little bit annoyed by the Norwegians over here, but what can you do, eh? What can you do? Well, sadly, we are going to lose the fort outside of Lifford, but we haven't actually seen one of these forts, in spite of this being, what, episode 7? Because really the only time they've ever attacked is a situation like this. Obviously we'll lose, but it's always nice to have a little look. Here we are then, a far tougher army than I have, and this is actually one of the most glorious of all the forts. It's the one with the doom black walls on the one side, which is amusing. We've also got ourselves a beautiful, not frozen, but moaty moat, which is impressive considering the clear coldness of the terrain here. Yes, we've got ourselves a moat the whole way round. We've got ourselves a lovely, lovely big plaza section here. It'd be nice if we could use this, but obviously we don't get to. Nonetheless, yeah, lovely little fort, this one. It is a nice feature of this, and it's in the Crusaders DLC as well. I did forget that during my Stone Fort video. They're actually doing nothing yet. Oh, they've got the they've got the catapult. They're doing this properly. Oh, that's fancy of them. Actually, somehow managed to spread these peasants out to have all 3 of these towers, but sadly they are shooting us down. They have a lot of siege equipment here, by the way. I didn't realise there was this much. There's 3 catapults, a couple ballistas. They're doing a pretty darn terrible job on the whole. I mean, not sure how you're planning to get to this wall anyway. You still got to run through these towers, so it's not perhaps the most sensible approach on the AI. So yeah, maybe these towers, these forts here are particularly useful for holding out against the AI, if they are indeed foolish enough to attack them, because it seems like they're going to attack them in a pretty foolish way. We'll see as this gets to 0, or damage 100% even, if they actually decide to come charge in as soon as they've got 1 breach. They might continue. It tends to use up all its ammo, but we'll see. They charged in last time like utter loons. We're actually doing a spectacularly good job here. They've given up on their artillery, having burnt down most of their ballistas. And now sadly we're not doing very much shooting at this point, because I think most of the arrows are a bit too focused on all the artillery. So I think we're in trouble now. Looks like it. I don't really know where they're going with these ladders. I mean, there's clearly a hole over here, lads. They're kind of blowing themselves off with their own ladders. That's beautiful. And we are now, sadly, we gave up instantly. We killed 76 though. That's pretty good. Apparently they're not too impressed by my ambush attempts. They knew nothing of the attack. Oh, how lovely we could shoot some of them down. I'm just going to resolve that. Okay, Pembroke is under siege by a huge force. We are doomed. Our other Dovey Junction. Oh, that's a lot further in than the Dovey Junction. Dovey is under siege as well. I've decided that's Dovey. And okay, back to Stirling. Ah, this is. We're not getting anywhere today, are we? We're just suffering brutality after brutality. 2 major differences from last time. First of all, they don't seem to be as catastrophically far away as they were last time. I didn't realise how much damage they did to this wall, by the way. 42%. We're actually quite badly damaged. Should bear that one in mind. Be a little bit careful about that kind of nonsense. It's also a much nicer day, which means we might actually burn something down by accident. Isn't that nice? But they've also seemed to have brought a huge amount more siege equipment, and as we have half as many horses as last time, yeah, this isn't going to go so well, is it? However, we will still try and do as much awkward poking as we can. So we're going to get on top of these lads over here. Are they going to react? They are reacting a little bit. Interesting. Are they managing to get any shots off? Not at the moment. We can just keep them a little bit busy, then maybe, just maybe, we'll walk themselves into range. 43%. Yeah, you guys really need to come around the side here. That would be good. I'm a little bit concerned, though, if they have too many breaches, they might be able to do something good against us. So we need to be a tiny bit careful. There are some border horse here as well who could poke me if they get the opportunity. I do not have enough men for this on this occasion, do I? No, I don't. Let's just try and keep them busy. But unfortunately, it's really hard to get a proper charge in on these lads. They are now withdrawing, which is a good sign. Let's just hit these ballista while we have the opportunity. What are they doing? I think it's time for the border horse to give up this particular crusade, because there's not a lot more they can really do, if I'm honest. They're just going to get themselves murdered, and I do need them for later on in this battle here. So they can continue to try and shoot down the walls. That's fine. We'll just smash them as they come in if they decide to enter through this breach here. But yeah, let's just see where this goes. Oh, what I'd give for one more unit of cavalry. That would be so beautiful. What are they going to do now? To be honest, they're coming quite far forward. And the rest of them aren't coming forward with them. Could I send some infantry forward? I'm a little bit tempted to, you know. They are trying to smash down the second wall, but it's very, very slow progress indeed. So we have actually sent one unit out. I've not seen a reaction just yet. So let's just keep on pushing forward. We're shaken, but we should start to break one or two of these lads. They're wavering. Let's just get these guys busy. Can't kill that one dude. There we are. He's dead now. Let's get these guys to break as well. They are damaged, so might just have the opportunity. Their lack of response is kind of amusing, but it's doing the job, damn it. Well done, my good sirs. Heroic effort, because honestly, it's a bit of a mad cause, this one. They're coming! They're coming! Okay, we're now going to start putting out of this, actually. Okay, you guys might just have to just keep running. Just keep running. We've managed to get in the way of them slightly. Let's at least pull them into archer range. We're in archer range. Oh yeah, this is lovely. You guys get yourself in. Oh, they're gonna die. They're gonna die like damn heroes. Yeah, they fled. Okay. Well, I was expecting that was a classic case of the AI knows what you've told them to do, because they were perfectly fine. They were perfectly fine just before that, and then they weren't. Then they weren't. Okay. Let's just get these guys into position. You were supposed to, yeah, you were supposed to kind of hit them in time there. But you know what, we'll be fine. We'll just hold this gap. We'll just hold this gap here. You guys shoot into them. They're eager, apparently, in spite of their utter insanity. We've got lads at their gate here. Now, they are not going to bother with the towers at this point, are they? They are not going to bother with those at all. Fine. Fine. You get yourselves over here. These guys get themselves over in this direction. This is an awkward battle, not the one I was anticipating. These guys are steady. That's okay, but we need a bit more than just steady, so these lads can get into this direction over here. And the fire arrows into these guys. Come on, how are they still so eager? They're Meld Knights, Thomas. That's why they're so eager. They're proper darn knights. Okay, well, these guys need to go down while we've got the opportunity. They have armor. We have armor piercing. Chop. Choppity, chop. These lads are going to get slaughtered. Off fire at this point, honestly. Just shoot them down. Okay. We should have an ice arch trap. No. We just need to hold here. We just need to hold over here. Okay. We have a nice position. They can go around if they want. Don't care if they want to go around a little bit. They can do that. Can they do that? Let's go into the plaza. Honestly, the plaza is not the worst plan in the world. Okay, you guys run back. They've got the pike militia coming in this direction. archers into the pike militia would be ideal. Where are they going now? I don't know. I don't care about ladders. They've literally got a hole in the wall right here. Utter numpties. Did they ever send the ram, or did we just leave it open? We just left it open. Why was it open? This happened again. Last time at least shut after people went through. Okay, militia are shooting through those guys. Okay, just hit those lads. Just hit those lads. Why not? They're right there. These chaps over in this direction. That would be ideal. Honestly, I think we've got the gate. We've got Shiltram, we've got a spear wall, and we've got our heaviest armoured swordsman. Got a few lads going around the side there. I don't necessarily appreciate that. Highlanders, go and activate that tower. We'll have them shot down. If nothing else, you can keep that activated. This is a messy affair at this point. You guys go onto guard. Shoot into them, preferably a fire. You guys shoot into here as well, preferably a fire. Yes, the music is dramatic and correct right now. I agree. Don't need to keep on going so painfully dramatic at me. Okay, Highlanders, you get yourselves over here. These guys. There we are. Good tidings. Their leader's dead. Hopefully they'll melt like Swiss cheese after that. Pike militia. We should be near enough this tower to keep it active, my good sirs. Get around here. They've actually got the back turned here, which is a little bit strange. Try and keep that tower going and fight. That would be perfect. We do seem to be breaking them at this particular entry point here. Although heavy pike militia could be piking us. No, they're dead. They're being shot. Okay, you just shoot down what you can. Go off fire. Okay, this is a bit more messy, but once there's siege equipment and well, you know, catapults and holes in the wall, there's only so much you can do. I think we did a good job of intercepting them with this glorious unit over here. You guys, get yourself up on the wall. You don't want to fight these guys, to be honest, not when they're actually in pike. Anytime you want to run, you know, run to the... There we are, they're going to run. They're going to run now, aren't they? Yep. Anyway, let's not worry too much about that. Let's get these guys to just go and mop up that part of the battlefield as well. These guys, honestly, you can just pike up this gap at this point. I wouldn't mind it. Oh, they've got lads on the wall, haven't they? Yeah, they've got heavy pike militia. Okay, let's bear that in mind. You get yourselves over there, get yourself into pike formation, and start sending these guys around this direction. Their pikes are somewhat in control of this part of the world. Not really what I want, but we'll grab the tower. This time we'll actually do it properly, damn it. Blow the horn of destiny, lads. Get yourselves back on the battlefield. And they're still running in spite of the routing enemy next to them. There are some catapults here, though. We should be a little bit careful. But the general is starting to poke a few of these lads who are currently just wandering around at this point. Just got to be careful. We are eager, if winded. Keep chopping them down as much as possible. Maybe a break here or there. That catapult's actually pretty eager. So maybe just pull out. Be a little bit more careful about this old affair. Oh, we are now pouring out of the city in order to smash what remains, which is just beautiful. Okay, let's start moving. Everyone forward. Everyone get forward. Let's take care of these catapults. They're pretty much all that's still remaining fighting at this point. Archers are starting. They were attacked by the pikemen for a moment. They've kind of lost their minds. Everyone else, though, seems to be following the drill at this point, which is pretty much that we are charging them down to their death. Woohoo, in we go. And what's been a messy victory, but to be honest, only 25% lost. Not doing too bad considering the situation here today. I'm quite impressed overall. Still got a few men left to finish off here. Must make sure we don't lose this general to this darn catapult unit. We'll just let the infantry take care of them like we started off. It's yeah, an awkward but eventual victory. Okay, another 1,000 men taken out. Captain Gorlamak has done a lovely job here today. Loads of prisoners caught by our Highlanders on this occasion as well. Actually, more by this unit. Well done to those chaps. Plenty of casualties inflicted as well, particularly those peasant archers over there. Very nice job indeed. Glasgow is going to be followed up with a second siege, hopefully, we can hold out. That one's going to be tough. This one's going to be impossible, which is a shame, but you know, it is what it is. Gunpowder. Okay, well, I doubt we'll have any access to it, but that's a warning for us about our foes. Okay, so we just saw those 2 sieges. That is interesting. The Baron Alliance are looking pretty weak over there, but there's not a lot I can do right now. I've got myself a few new units over here. By the way, I found myself a lovely, lovely big church, I think in Canterbury, which would be probably Canterbury Cathedral that I smashed down. That's quite a big, important one. This is indeed the head of the the Church of England, which doesn't exist yet. But, you know, it's an important church / cathedral in England, that one. Okay, what do we have in Glasgow to hold on? We have ourselves some pikemen, extra town militia lads. We have 1 archer. Only 1 archer is my concern there, that's for sure. Okay, well, we've got minus 1,700 monies. That's not good, Thomas. That's not good. Right, a few problems to deal with. Where can they get to? They can only... Oh, right, this is not a way that you can get through. Interesting. Well, let's go and grab that watchtower. That seems like a sensible job. We are... Right, we delayed the attack on Athens, but it's no more than that. So, honestly, probably best. I mean, these Irish kerns aren't that useful to me. We'll send these lads off in this direction. There's not much point of them anymore. The Irish are way too strong. I can't cope with them. Derry's got too many troops to not be actually on the offensive. Edinburgh, how much do I need to hold off against these lads? I reckon with some crossbowmen on the wall. It's so hard to know. It's so hard to know, ladies and gents. Okay, we're going to leave some of the small lads behind. Okay, let's grab these chaps. Oh, we need most of them, really, don't we? We need most of them. Let's just... Could we hold out with that? Not sure we can if they have a catapult. Oh no, that's not good enough. But this is not good enough to go and take Newcastle. Is it enough to take Carlisle? It probably is enough to take Carlisle. Okay. This is a balancing act, a tough balancing act. They do have silver shields though. That's nice. Okay, with that we definitely could hold that. I'm going to go to the fort for now. And we'll hold up there. We've got 13 good men over hither. And maybe Carlisle, but I'd much rather take on Newcastle if I have the opportunity. Not sure I'm going to. Interesting to note, King Edward has not sallied forth, so let's see what happens there. And as for Gloucester, sadly they seem to have gathered that army together. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we want to do. These guys can't get... They can only get that far. You know what? The two billmen. Oh, God darn it. Completely by surprise, were we? I'm just... honestly, there's not a lot we can do here, is there? We're in trouble. That's really annoying. These were 2 useful units, but I'm just going to auto-resolve it, honestly. I'm not going to get very far with that. Fine, we'll take out these guys in the field. We'll pop over here. I was going to try and gather all these forces together, which would have been nice. So, what do we have? Then we've got ourselves a few more of these billmen. We've got some of those spearmen. Oh, we've got some lovely troops over here. Some beautiful troops, some longbowmen. Oh, that's beautiful. Right, let's take these guys out. I want some revenge, damn it. Oh, it is lovely to have myself a proper big army, and it could be slightly better without some of these basic town militia, but we have ourselves some lovely, lovely missile troops here today, and they're going to slaughter these chaps before they even arrive. And we do have ourselves all this cavalry out over here. Just get them lined up on the hill, ready for their charge. They're going to get picked apart nice and easy. Honestly, it's pretty better, lads. Don't even worry about these people. So let's get you two aiming in at them. Longbowmen aiming in at... Honestly, those Meld Knights would go down very nicely if you could, my good sirs. And actually I might send you all to shoot down those mailed knights, because there's something wonderful about longbows taking down some noblemen, isn't it? It's just beautiful. So, got ourselves lined up. These guys are getting themselves slaughtered. We've lost a couple of our Welsh lads, but nothing too much. We do actually have a few of our lovely spikes at the front. If they're going to vacate the flank, then we're going to send in our lads into them instead. That's fine, you guys do that. They were trying to charge our archers over here. They're Welsh, not very good archers for that matter. They're going to charge into our spearmen. Hit into the billmen as well. Oh, here comes the cavalry charge. Spear militia, surprisingly not breaking instantly. Oh no, they did. They did. It's fine. It just took them a moment. Just took them a moment to give up on their lives, but they've done it now. Pull out there, my good sirs. Pull out of there. All missiles. Aim on those armoured sergeants. Cavalry. Honestly, just don't bother chasing down those mailed knights. We're just going to get these cav into this position over here. We don't need to actually bother charging in at anyone else. Let's just pin these guys in place. Honestly, you mop them up. You guys get into the flanks and we'll shoot these guys down as much as we can. And honestly, that's pretty much the job done, isn't it? It does awfully look that way. And down goes the feudal knight. Oh, I love the billmen charging in. That is gloriously, gloriously fun. Okay, and there's victory. All missiles. Run off in another direction. Don't shoot our own men anymore, please. We'll grab the cav. We'll mop them up. Oh, so nice to have some heavy cav to charge in. That's beautiful. A glorious victory for us there. Beautiful. Avenged our two billmen, who sadly could have been a nice part of this army because there were heavy billmen as well. Okay, I might have gotten their attention, but let's have a good look at what we've got here. 2 armoured swordsmen. Got ourselves 2 of those lovely English spearmen. Got some heavy billmen as well. That is nice. Got ourselves 3 units of some lovely spear militia. Now, what else do we have? Some levy spearmen. Now, okay, the spear militia 7, 11, they are the same thing. I thought they basically were. Okay, well, we'll send 1 more of those. Now, I would like to have my longbows. Beautiful, 3 of those. I'd like to have these lads as well. So basically now it's what else do I want to add into this. Quite frankly, I wouldn't mind having that 1 extra unit. We can always use it when we need it, I suppose, as sort of a little extra. It's always nice to have some. Yeah, we can have a couple units of trash. Why not? To be honest, we could probably do with sending these other units over here. Let's just do that, and we'll fill it up with a unit of. Let's use the peasants. Let's use the town militia. They've got themselves some extra armor, which is always nice to see. Okay, do we want to face Sky? Yes, we do actually. So we're just going to march on in his direction, see what he wants to do. Send these lads back in this direction, over to Shaftesbury. And Cardiff, well, honestly, Cardiff. Oh, the Bruffle, we could have smashed that one down as well. Levertanner, no goodbye. Market, honestly, we're not going to be back in control of this anytime soon. So I think it's time just to get rid of it all. 208 remains. Interesting, but not necessarily anything. Not anything I can do anything with because I'm still negative, sadly. But some interesting things going on at the map right now. As we end our turn, then the Welsh are going to attack us at Pembroke, and I think we're somehow going to lose this one, don't you? Actually, it's got quite a lot of the trashy Welsh spearmen in it, but yeah, we have peasants. We have 4 peasants and some other scraps. Some good scraps in the case of these units. So we'll see what we can do. But with an onager, no, not a lot. And there's all of this as well, by the way. Yeah, we're doomed. Annoyingly, the Gwent Raiders have actually given up, which is awfully rude considering they're actually Welsh rebels as far as I'm concerned. So they've given up against their own men, which is very sad indeed. These lads are very much all over the place. Not really sure what's going on. They don't actually have the tower, which is, again, very confusing. You're supposed to be here, control the tower. That's literally the only point of you being here. Get up on the... Just have the towers under control, damn it. It's the only thing we've got. Okay, to be honest, I'm just going to speed this up now because we all know we're going to lose. It's just a matter of how much damage we can do, and it could be going better. I think, if I'm honest, I don't really mind bringing these guys back to the far end of the plaza now, just to make sure that we've got some kind of a holdout at the end. Last few lads go down. We've got one tower still active, but 6 peasants left to die. And there we go. Victory handed over to the Welsh, sadly. Hopefully, though, we've managed to cause a little bit of damage. You know what? That's not bad. That's not too shabby. I'll take it. Of course, that means Pembroke has fallen. That was always an opportunistic kind of a blow. So I'll take that. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Cardiff also under siege. We very much gave that one up. And as for Dovi, I'm sorry, my good sirs, but your end is nigh. We probably could have done some good damage to the walls there like we did the first time round, but oh gosh and darn it, Glasgow and probably unpronounceable as well, which we should have renamed when we had the opportunity, but we did not. Okay, well, I think this is a good point to leave it for now, ladies and gentlemen. I think we know how this is going to go, to be honest, but nonetheless, we will leave this one for next time. I was hoping to make a bit more progress today. It's been a brutal affair trying to hold off. We've lost the army as well, which is a bit unfortunate. Yes, I'd like to say that we made our counter-offensive down south, like I said at the start, but we have not yet. Now, Glasgow, if we happen to hold this with enough men, we can head straight down to Dumfries, and then we've got 2 armies here heading into Cumbria. That is a good opportunity indeed. The king is, for some reason, not sallying forth, so if I have to be boring and just siege him out for 3 turns, I will do it, damn it. And as for Gloucester, well, we'll see if the English want to take the bait, but I reckon this army here, 3 units of heavy cav, 3 units of longbow, and an awful lot of heavy infantry, including our best army to date. I think we can do quite a lot. As for Ireland, it's just a cocking mess, isn't it? It's just, there's too much going on here. I think, if anything, it's draining our resources because we've got 2 full stack armies and not a lot to show for it. So I think we're going to have to start playing a bit of a hardball over there. Maybe, just maybe, this boat could yet prove useful. Not many of them popping up, but that one might just serve its purpose yet. Okay, we've held on to important things today, and our opportunities are coming available. We'll see about that next time, ladies and gentlemen. For now, I'll leave you. I'm Thomas. This is Des Heyman, and this has been our Britannia Rebels campaign on Medieval 2 Total War. Thank you, and bye-bye. Death and violence will come to you. This is a beautiful, beautiful town. Let's go and smash it up. Dum tum tee. How did you die? What is happening to my men? Steve! He was the one man who tried!